Namaskar. Welcome to another video. We will talk about intermittent fasting in more detailed way so that you understand the pros, the cons, and you can adapt it in your daily routine. What is intermittent fasting? Fasting is not eating. Intermittent fasting is not diet. It is more about getting adapted to an eating pattern. Like you eat for some time and you fast for some time. So common intermittent fastings are 16 hours of fast, 8 hours of eating, or you have 18 hours of fast, 6 hours of eating, or you can fast for 24 hours. And there's another thing called as wet and dry fasting. So these are the patterns of intermittent fasting. You can make it as your lifestyle. You can adapt it in your routine. What is the science behind intermittent fasting? Is it good? Will I be able to benefit out of it? Science says when you're fasting, normal approach of the body is to look at energy reserves through food. And if I don't eat food for a long period of time, my body looks at my stores. And we all know that we have stores of fat as a storage in my body. And once I am not having my energy through food, not eating for a period of time, especially after 12 hours of not eating, remember 12 hours of not eating, my body looks at the deposits fat. So it's a very good way of utilizing my fat as a store of energy. So that's a wonderful way of looking at science behind fasting. Two, it also tells the fasting as my body goes in autophagy. Autophagy is the detoxification process of my body. It tries to adapt to the routine or the environment of fasting. So it helps me to detoxify well. That's the science behind fasting. Will it benefit me? What are the benefits I will get through this fasting? You're not eating for a particular period of time. That means you're saving your calorie intake, and that can give you a good weight loss if you manage your calorie intake by following a pattern of eating. Two, it has an anti-inflammatory mode. It has also an anti-aging impact on your body. So if you have inflammation tendency or autoimmune illness, I think fasting will help you to recover from that. What happens, friend, that my body is more busy digesting the food which I've eaten, and especially the food is processed or fried or the junk or high protein, my body takes a lot of efforts to digest. And my whole energy reserves are moved towards digestion, and hence I may not be able to recover, repair, heal, which is a natural process. So if I am fasting, it will help me to have all these benefits out of the fasting. So what are the type of fastings? You can have 16-8 or 18-6. What does it mean? 16 hours of fasting, 8 hours of eating period. Suppose you've had your last meal at 7 p.m. You can eat 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. and then the 4 hours after that. So the first meal can come around 10 to 11, which may be easier for most of us to work on. 18 is a little more extended, that 10 a.m. can become at 2 p.m. So it all depends how comfortable you are to follow that window, but it should be more than 12 to 14 hours. So that's the fasting window. Second way of looking at it also is 5:2. 5 days you eat a routine meal. 2 days you go calorie deficit, you eat only one meal a day, or you just have 500-600 calories a day. So 5:2 pattern also works with fasting. Another way is you fast for 2 to 3 days in a week for 24 hours. Just have liquids, not eat anything. It is also a very good way with most of us want to adapt. So 1 or 2 days of a week can be a fasting of 24 hours, which will help you to have a better way. So these are the types of fasting. Again, I reiterate that it is a diet, not diet, but it is more about the time when your body is not actually working towards digestion. So once I know the benefit of fasting, Next, I want to understand, can I exercise in fasting? You can, because you have the reserves of fasting. Yoga walking does not need any loading or unloading of the food before and after exercise. But if you're doing a high intensity exercises, consult your therapist. If it's a running or it is weight training, eat a fruit after exercise or 1 or 2 days before exercise. It should help you to have a better exercise performance while you're doing it, because you're doing HIIT, the good high intensity exercises. Will you lose muscles when you're fasting? If you plan your diet properly, fasting, as I said, is not nutrition type. It is, again, you need to understand that I need to balance my meal in the time given for me to eat. So the meal balance with protein, carbs and fiber, and I always quote eat well plate, which is half plate vegetables, 1/4 plate proteins, 1/4 plate carbs. You cannot combine 2 meals and eat in 1 meal. If you're fasting, you can't say I missed my breakfast and I want to combine it with lunch. So avoid working towards higher portions and combine the nutrition in your meal, 2-meal pattern. Eat all the food what you were supposed to eat, but adequate proteins, fiber and your carbs as per your requirement. Balance your nutrition. I think you will not lose muscles while you're doing fasting. What can I eat when I'm fasting? You can have lot of fluids while you're fasting. Remember, 2.5 to 3 liters of fluids is easy for you to work on. Have a lot of fluids while you're fasting. You can have foods which does not increase your insulin action. There are foods which are quoted as buttermilk, green teas, black coffees, clear soups. You can always look at tomato juice also as one of the liquid while you're fasting, and lemon juice, of course. They don't trigger, it hydrates you well and makes you feel more comfortable. Who should not do fasting? Athletes, if they have very high intensity exercise, growing children, type 1 diabetics who are on drug therapy which will reduce the sugar in them. Talk to your doctor or dietitian before you work on any kind of these aspects. Make fasting as a routine or lifestyle. Do not look fasting as a short-term goal. Intermittent fasting is your lifestyle, friends. It is not a diet plan. Start with 12 hours minimum to judge how you want. If you're food focused, if you're unable to do it, avoid doing it. Gradually start building this habit. It is more of habit formation. If you are looking at fasting as a way of lifestyle, start adapting to good hydration, good sleep. That will also have a good impact on your fasting impact. So overall, intermittent fasting is a good way to give your body rest, anti-aging, anti-inflammatory, and as a lifestyle, which each one of us who's sedentary in our lifestyle, sitting is more than standing or moving. I think I promote this intermittent fasting so that you have a better way of handling your body's nourishment, detox it, and body gets time to recover, heal, and regenerate. I hope you're liking all these informative videos which we are putting on YouTube. We would like you to give a suggestion if you're looking forward for some more information. So do like and subscribe to be updated for this. Thank you very much. Namaskar.